guys, welcome to Woody's Gear Reviews. Wanted to do something a little bit different than normal, right? As you can tell, wearing some of the Woody's merch. I was my first customer. But these are the shirts. This is just our original logo, and we just added the Woody's Gear Reviews to the bottom. These are the hats. We also got stickers. So that's our original logo, modified logo, EDC logo, and gear logo. How creative. And then we've got mugs. We've also got hoodies. We've also got truckers caps. We got different color shirts. All the logos that you see here, I believe, we have in all the shirts. But another reason we wanted to get on is, I make these videos, and a lot of times all y'all see is my fidget fingers. But there's more to what we do, and there's more to why we do what we do. The biggest thing being is we want to buy gear. I buy a lot of it. I mean, you could probably see I'm surrounded by gear, and I don't know how much you can see, but there's a lot in this room. There's stuff in that corner. There's stuff in that corner. Pan over real quick. Show the backpack area. This is an area that we haven't really got into reviewing a lot. I've built a couple of bags, but I mean, we've got backpacks on top of backpacks on top of backpacks on top of backpacks. And the reason why, I guess I wouldn't really call it a fetish per se, but bags are important to me. Having a good gear bag for your different scenarios. And another thing is, there's several times that I've been in the woods and I've had it's up there somewhere, I've had it forever, my Streamlight pin light, right? Stylus Pro or whatever it's called. Which was like 100 lumens. And I've been in the middle of the woods and heard something, come close to camp, shined out there, and I mean, I didn't have a lot of throw. And I thought, man, I don't know what that is out there. A lot of rustling in the woods. It'd be nice to see it. So I've also got a fascination for flashlights. If you've noticed, I've shown a lot of flashlights, and that's because I buy a lot of them. I don't necessarily buy them and say, hey, this is cool, I'm going to do a review on it. I see one, I'm like, hey, I've got a use for that. So I buy it to see if it'll fit in the category or the need that I have. But I review the things to let you know if it's something that you have seen and you want more detail on. And you can see the customer reviews after they bought something, what they put in. And I used to look at that a lot and use that as kind of my guide to whether I wanted to buy something or not. And in doing that, I could look at 80% of the reviews being positive, but then you have those ones that are showing pictures and that are specific, and I'm like, okay, this guy had some problems. He's showing a tool that's broken, or it came missing pieces, or didn't come the way he thought it would come, or he ordered green and it was red, or it took 3 weeks to get to him, or something failed on it and the company he bought it from would not honor any kind of warranty. So I thought, okay, did 86% of the people that originally got it buy it, throw it in a drawer, and never use it? And the negatives are from people that bought it to actually use it? Or did he just get, quality control's not good, and did somebody get something that wasn't really up to the standard? That happens. I know it's happened with some really expensive knives. I've been watching some guys that said that they've got some expensive knives where, like, thumb studs were missing. How's that happen? I don't know, but it has happened. So that's a big reason we started the channel, and I kind of wanted to just give you a behind the scenes kind of look at what we do and why we do it. When I buy gear, I'm hoping that what they say in the product description is accurate. But then I go into what people say about it, right? I'm probably a lot like y'all. I'll watch YouTube videos, I'll search certain gear, and see what other people are saying. But that also is pretty tricky because some people, let's just talk about American made versus Chinese made or Taiwan made or any other foreign country. There are people out there that will try something and say it is absolute junk because they do not want to endorse a product that's not made in the United States. I'm non-biased to any product that works. I'm non-biased to any product that has a decent price. And I'm really not going to spend $80 over what a tool should be priced at $40 just because the name on the packaging. Now, that being said, I do understand that some reputable companies, it costs a lot to make their product. There's good quality control. Their shipping's fast. They use great parts. They don't outsource. And I guess the price tag there. But I've also bought some stuff that claim to be American made, and they're outsourcing from overseas anyways. There's a lot of companies doing that. They'll say made in the USA, or they'll say developed in the USA, but they outsource. I mean, I get it. To keep costs down, you've got to be able to be competitive. So I don't really care where it's made. I just care about how it functions, how it feels, and will it do what I need it to do. And that's why I do a lot of the reviews I do. Non-biased to anybody. You put a good tool in my hand and I'll tell you if it's decent. We just did a video on the WorkPro Mini Precision Screwdriver. We also did the Hoto. They're both made in China. One is more popular than the other because it's just kind of like the go-to tool. Then you have this one, which is on my workbench, and I use it to take apart my knives, electronics, anything like that. But I don't want to rant too much on that stuff. I just wanted to give you all a behind the scenes and let you know why I do what I do. We just hit 1,600 subscribers, which is fantastic. I don't know, can you pan up? I want to show you all something. Alright, if you can see that sign, it's a funny story. We were going up to my mother and father-in-law's property in East Texas. And when we had left, we had, what, 68? 68 subscribers to our small channel. And I thought, man, 68 subscribers, that's a lot. But that sign, that weekend, our Swiss Tech video launched, which is still to this day our biggest video of over 54,000 views. And I haven't recreated that since. It was just right product at the right time. But that launched the channel and the want to continue. That weekend, I was so excited that we hit 100 subscribers. I was like, man, we just hit 100 subscribers. That's unheard of for me. I didn't think 100 people anywhere would watch. But y'all did, and thank you so much for that. And I guess my mother-in-law was so tickled the fact that I was so excited, and I was trying to see, hey man, what do you have to do to get a YouTube plaque? I see a bunch of people, they have their YouTube plaques, and I'm like, what do you have to do to get one of those? Well, you have to do a lot. And I may never get there, which is fine. But she made me that paper plate for my 100th subscriber, and that thing will hang on that wall forever, because that's where I started, and that's humbling to me that I started on a paper plate with 100 of y'all subscribing to the channel, and what, 16 times that much now, which is crazy. But I wanted to just be real with everyone and just kind of show you what we do, why we do it. This is my magic notebook. This is where I notes on everything that I'm going to review. I've got a drawer full of all the owner's manuals. I sit there and try to decipher all the mumbo jumbo out of that, put it on my notes, and then I do my video. As you can tell, and you probably can tell from my videos, I squirrel a lot, which is natural for me. I do have a natural speech impediment, so y'all will hear that a lot in the videos. And man, I love the people that point it out, because you haven't done anything that I haven't heard or seen my whole life. But hey, you're commenting. You're letting me know how you feel, and it doesn't bother me. I know some YouTube creators take their comments off because they just don't want to see the negativity. I feed off of it. It makes me want to get better. It makes me want to correct the things that I do. And as most of my subscribers know, I say so a lot. I never realized that I said, that's another one. And I have those pauses. But you know, or do you know? Somebody pointed it out. I never hear it. I never hear the fact that I say that a lot. Somebody pointed it out. I'm like, no, I don't. I know I say so too much, but I don't say you know. And I watched my next video, and I'm like, I think I said it like 15 times in that video. And I've been trying so hard not to say it as much. But on the same note, I'm not going to change who I am. This is who I am. That's how I talk. I talk with my hands. Always have, always will. That's almost uncontrollable. I did get a fidget toy. Thank you, Unprofessional Dad. He pointed this out to try to keep my hands a little more still. I also play with my pocket knives all the time when I'm sitting here watching YouTube videos or creating content. I'll sit there and flick them open until I cut myself, typically is what happens. Because I'll watch and I'm not paying attention. I'm just sitting there flicking away, and next thing you know, I'm bleeding. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you behind the scenes, a look at myself. This used to be my dining room. I got rid of the table, the chairs, and filled it up with all my hunting and camping stuff and said, man, I'm going to do videos on this stuff. That led into my personal passion of EDC gear, and we started throwing that in. And at first, I didn't have the bankroll to go and buy the high dollar stuff. And typically, that's not what I buy anyways. I will buy budget gear as long as it's good budget gear. There's a lot of the gear brands that I bought when they first came out, and I can tell you they weren't high quality brands. They had issues. I remember when I first got my first Olight. Everybody was talking about, oh, it's a poor man's Streamlight. Where's Olight at now? They struggled coming up, but they're a lot better. Same with like Taurus is a gun manufacturer. Man, the older ones, they were kind of trash, but they're a lot better now. And they're still still at a budget. Some people just, hey, like a Ford, found on the road dead. Some people are never going to let that die. But that's where I'm going with this is I will buy budget gear. I'm not going to buy gear that I think is going to fall apart when I take my family camping or I go out in the woods. I'm going to buy gear that I test out at home before I bring it out there, and know that if it isn't functioning properly, I'm not going to throw it in my bag and take it out in the woods and say maybe it'll get better when I'm out there. Junk's junk. I bought a lot of it. But I've also bought a lot of budget stuff that I'm still surprised with. I've got a $6 saw. I think it was $6. Maybe it $4. That I bought on Temu. Just, hey, it was a folding, like a Silky or Baco Laplander type saw. It's still in my bag, and it's going to continue to be in the bag, even though I have the Baco Laplander and other, a Corona, other good saws. That one stays in my bag. Why? Because it has not failed. It works fine, and I know how it functions. And I want to see how long that folding saw lasts. It may last as long as I need it to. I know the last camping video we did, or the first camping video we did, put it that way, I used that thing to process all the wood, that and a Temu hatchet. I did sharpen the Temu hatchet before I took it out. But I processed 3 days of wood. And we burnt the fire 24/7. The fire never stopped burning from the time I lit it till the time I put it out. So I processed all that wood with probably less than $20 worth of Temu gear. And had no issues with it whatsoever. The axe or the hatchet stayed sharp. The folding saw cut through everything. And it's still in my camping bag as it sits right now, both of them. I will take them out if they're showing signs that they're not going to last any longer. But really, for the money that I spent, I'm actually tickled to death. I've got nice hatchets. But man, when you're out there, I could have a $200 hatchet and be fine with tearing it up. Not really. That would kill me. If I tear up a $20 hatchet, I don't feel as bad. If it does what I need it to do, I feel a lot better about it. I feel that I got a deal, and that's the whole purpose around what I do. Can I buy something on a budget, and can I feel like I got a deal? Can I feel that it performed the way I wanted it to perform? If so, then I'm happy, right? I didn't spend a lot of money. It's doing what I need it to do. I'm happy. Do I like eye candy? Of course. I love knives. I'm a knife guy. There are some knives I really, really want. I can't justify spending $500 on a flipper. Do I want one? Yes. If any of them companies are watching this, you can send me one. I'll be happy to review it for you. But all kidding aside, I will buy a QSP Penguin for $49 before I buy Chris Reeve for $500. I mean, I could buy a lot of QSP Penguins. But anyways, guys, just wanted to give you a little behind the scenes. I love y'all, man. Thank you so much for getting us to 1,600. We look forward to seeing you at 17, 18, 19, and especially at 2,000. Anyways, love y'all. We'll see you on the next one.